This thing fell off the garage roof a couple weeks ago and I need to fix it, but that's not today's project. Today's video is about taking something that I have, like this cabinet, and turning it into something that I need, like this cabinet. For several months, I've been searching for just the right cabinet to put over a sink in my workshop. Now, I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars to buy a new one. I wanted something that I could refinish or repurpose. A few weeks ago, I was at a Habitat for Humanity store in Arlington Heights, Illinois, when I saw this. It's a dry sink cabinet for only $5. Now, that's unbelievable. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but for $5, I was motivated to make this work. The way that I envisioned this cabinet was to turn it upside down, cut it in half vertically, add a couple shelves, and then restore the wood finish. I start with some disassembly. I remove the doors, the drawer, the top, and the back of the cabinet. Since I'm rotating the cabinet, the bottom is going to be the top, and I need to cut off a couple of inches from the base. Now this is the tricky part, cutting the cabinet in half. The basic cabinet rebuild is just about complete. I still need to put the back on and the two doors. But now I need to turn my attention towards the finish. This thing is really beat up and scratched. Yeah, I could paint it, but I don't want to. I love a wood finish. So what I'm going to do is clean this up, restain it, and then I'll give it a coat of polyurethane. So what I do in cases like this that already have a finish on it, I don't want to sand it all off. That's a lot of work and somewhat unnecessary. I could, but a better way in this case is to take some steel wool and some paint thinner and clean the surface thoroughly. Then I'm going to let it dry. Then what I'll do is take some golden oak stain and restain this whole thing. Now, since a lot of areas still have a finish on it, it's going to take a while to dry. But once it dries, I'll give it a coat of warm satin polyurethane. I don't want to put a gloss finish on here. I don't think that would look good, but a warm satin, and then this thing will be ready to hang on the wall. The doors are in really good shape, so I won't need to stain any of those. But watch what it does to bring back the finish and color when I use it on the faded shelf. Always stir your polyurethane until the gunk in the bottom is fully digested.
Call me the junkyard king. I'll give old things a brand new ring. Tables to thrones.
Apply in the direction of the grain on all the pieces, slowly with a good quality brush. When I think I'm done, I tip the wood at an angle to reflect the light so I can look for any dry spots. While it dries for the first 15 minutes or so, I keep an eye on it. Sometimes you may see air bubbles appear on the surface. You can lightly brush them over as long as you do it before it starts to dry. If you are applying poly on a surface that isn't laying flat, you're going to need to apply it very thin and watch it as it dries so that no drips develop. If you do see any, wipe them down immediately. When you're done, clean the rim by wiping out any drips, and you can even squirt a little paint thinner in there so the lid comes off easy next time you use it. The next day, after it's dried, I buffed and cleaned up the hinges and then put them back on. I also found these vintage brass knobs that I like. A while back, I picked them off of a cabinet that I found in the alley. Isn't this cool? I took a $5 useless cabinet and turned it into something extremely useful for me. And it just goes to show you, when you see something like this, a project, a piece of furniture, you need to not only look at what it is, but what it has the potential to be.
Don't throw away what you can save. Repurpose, reuse, rebuild. Make it beautiful. Make it brave. Don't throw away what you can save.
I'm Tom, this is Alley Picked, and thanks for watching.